serious. Yes, let me first congratulate the organizers for choosing a wonderful topic. That is, Vikasit Bharat, digitization and transformation of India. Okay, from a developing country to developed country, from a third world country to third largest economy, from a importer economy to exporter economy. That is what we are going to talk about the transformation. You are going to discuss next 2 days. I'll try to give because all the participants and experts are belongs to economic department is organized. What is the economics? How I'll come to the this Vikasit Bharat. But before that, 2 minutes, I'll give you the background. Okay, when we are talking about the Vikasit Bharat, five important things which are part of the Vikasit Bharat, according to me. One, globalization. Second one is liberalization. Third one is the privatization. Fourth one is digitization. Fifth one is Covidization. Friends, first four words, whether globalization, liberalization, privatization, digitization, but you don't know what the word is Covidization. Why I'm talking about Covidization is the COVID pandemic 19, which impacted the global governance across the sector, and more particularly we as a fraternity of economics, we have to know what kind of consequences the COVID pandemic 19, imposed on countries. I don't think any country, any individual, any sector which is unescaped from the impact of covidization. That's why this is a coinage by me. I've done a lot of work as a scholar. You don't find that in the dictionary, but this is what, taking clue from the globalization. Yes, Vikasit Bharat, you are going to talk about. When we say Vikasit Bharat, yes, maybe 2-3 minutes if you look at the background. So I just now said globalization. Globalization is not new to humanity, more particularly we as a fraternity of, I call it as a student, we as a students of economics, we as a fraternity of economics, we know what is a globalization. Globalization is not new to the humanity. If you go back to the theories, whether it is a mercantilism, whether it's a free trade, whether it's a protectionism, all these theories are part of the globalization of economy. So, and more particularly, globalization has both positive and negative aspects across the globe. India is no exception to this globalization process. When I say positive, today we are living in an interdependent world. How mighty countries, how powerful countries, how big countries, it won't matter. We have to depend on the other countries. That is the globalization, our interdependent world. Today we are living in an interdependent world. That is the important economic aspect which you are have to look into that. So this is a part of globalization. Of course, globalization was part of the globe across countries, continents, embrace this process of globalization, particularly in India. If you look at second aspect, liberalization, we liberalized our economy. Post 1991, you all know that, what kind of trauma we all went, and, how the liberalization policy paved the way for, parting of the Vikasit Bharat 2047. When I say why India has to liberalize, what are the factors? You all know that you are, economics, faculty of economics. So because of India's position pre-1991, because of what we call, balance of payment crisis and unemployment and, all kinds of, problems India faced, and that's why India liberalized its economy, what we call LPG, liberalization, privatization, or, globalization, whatever. That is what, and today, liberalization has led to all the sectors. Private participation is happening in across the sector. Education sector is no exception to that. That's where private participation. Okay, debates we can discuss whether private participation, liberalization, is it, valid or not. These are all, discussed things. Today, these are all realities. Okay, globalization, liberalization, privatization, all these things realities for humanity. So of course, every product has a consequences. When we say globalization, globalization has positive and also negative. Liberalization, privatization, all this. And one of the important theme I can see that, digitization or digital thing. Yes, definitely. When I say digitization is a lot of impact on, is going to be impacted the Vikasit Bharat 2047, because digitization or technology is not new to the humanity. Yes, what is the technology? When technology started, technology was there is going to be there, but the kind of transformation, because your title itself says transformation. So what kind of transformation technology happened over the centuries? If you look at When technology started, you all have to. I'm raising certain questions because next to today's, I think these are some of the things you have to debate, discuss, agree, disagree, but that is the what product I want. So when I say technology, what is a technology? Technology is the application of scientific knowledge for comforts humanity. When technology started, technology was there is going there. But the kind of transformation we are talking about digital technology. Transformation is happening is immense. Okay. So when I say technology was there, or digitization was there in ancient civilization. But the kind of transformation because of inventions, innovations, discoveries over the centuries, we transformed that in time more particularly because reasons you all know that most of you are connected with the economics. I'm also student of economics. That's why I can speak to minutes. So this the reasons for this is Renaissance, Reformation movement, printing press, sea routes, sea trade, all these, inventions, innovations related to the technology, related to economics have improved humanity and comforts to the humanity. But I'm not going to the details, but I can connect to the Vikasit Bharat, okay? But last 400-500 years of history, if you look at the kind of transformation which we are all witnessing, okay, what is the transformation? What is that innovation? Yes, we have looked at 17th century, okay, scientific revolution. Humanity as a whole, I'm not talking about a X country, Y country. Humanity as a whole, if you look at scientific revolution, industrial, political revolution, industrial revolution, you all know that again, first, second, third, today we fourth industrial revolution or 4.0 or digital revolution, whatever you call. So these are 20th century communication revolution. These are all connected to the Vikasit Bharat. We are talking about the next. That's why I'm mentioning you. Today we are in 21st century. What is the revolution? We all connected to that knowledge revolution. Friends, whatever the branch we belong, but knowledge is important today. Knowledge revolution. Maybe of course technology is going to play important role. So that's why. And I can tell you, you as a faculty of economics, students of economics, those who possess knowledge, they rule the globe. And you know what I mean. I mean that 19th century was belongs to small country, continent, Europe, UK, because their intellect. 20th century, America. 21st century, our century, our Asian century, I mean, going to be the Bharat century, because Bharat is part of this. That's what last 5 minutes I was trying to connect, how things happen. And definitely, when we are talking about Vikasit Bharat, definitely 21st century is India is going to play significant role in the comity of nations in the years to come, in the decades to come. That's why when we are aiming, aspiring, viewing, looking towards the Vikasit Bharat, so definitely just now I mentioned transformation is happening. Transformation from developed to developing country, developing to developed country, third world country, to the largest economy. The kind of developments which we are witnessing, and yesterday you all know that you are all part of economics, the kind of deals, the kind of agreements we are having, it's going to revolutionize part of the Vikasit Bharat. That's why next 22 years, precisely when I say 22 years, because 2047, India is going to celebrate its independence, centenary independence celebration, being a developed country. That's why we all have to prepare to face, of course, there are challenges, there are opportunities. So my suggestion is next 22 years are going to be the challenging years for developing countries in general and countries like India particularly. That's why the kind of seminars, debates, discussions will help, taking the start. Okay, where are we? Where to go? If we have to go next 20 years or 22 years, what kind of initiation we have to take? All this helps. That's why I request you all that, debate, discuss. I know just now we released this, volume, International Journal of Research and Analytical Review. Most of the papers are part of this Vikasit Bharat thing. So definitely, very useful. So part of Vikasit Bharat. Just now I told India is going to play a significant role in the comity of nations in the 21st century, parting to the Vikasit Bharat, because what is the advantage? Yes, India is being a developing country. We have lots of problems. I am not giving you rosy picture. We have every problem. But once we encounter, definitely we have a picture. That is what the message I want to give you. What kind of problems? Unemployment problem. All is not. But friends, if we overcome, Definitely, India is going to celebrate 100 years of our independence, part of the Vikasit Bharat. One thing last, today there is no dearth of opportunities. You as a teachers, for everybody, what is the mantra today? Whether you are a student or country or, teachers, mantra is perform or perish, update or outdate. If we are not updated, any industry, we are outdated. Once you are outdated, nobody will. And technology, the kind of fast changing technology, I was mentioning about the role of technology, but last 20 years, if you look at our first quarter of the 21st century, because we are going to talk about the second quarter of the 21st century, that is Vikasit Bharat or 2047. If you look at first quarter of the 21st century or last 25 years, the kind of developments which we are all part of that. What kind of developments? Technology, of course. When I say technology, we are, technology is integral part of the humanity. All kinds of technology. Today we use a buzzword, you all know that. Net technologies. What do you mean by that? NET, not internet. NET means new and emerging technologies are what I call them as the A to Z technologies. Means you name any alphabet. A means automation to artificial intelligence to big data to big tech technology to cryptocurrency to cryogenic technology to drone I can go on. All these technologies are influencing all of us. When we are aiming for Vikasit Bharat, definitely technologies are going to play a important role. Out of all these, definitely AI. Next, 5 to 10 years, AI is going to rule the globe. Both positives and negatives of any technology, and more so with the AI technology. That's why debates discuss about both pros and cons of the technology, more particularly AI technology. And today, anything you open paper, journal, anything, today debates, discussions on AI. So somebody was asked actually, some reporters are, everybody is talking about AI. Tell me about AI in one sentence. I said, Hindu lead and the Galadan Sunday and AI. That is the stage of AI today, and we are all part of. Whether good or bad, I'm not going to discuss, but it's reality. That's why, friends, technologies are going to influence. And there is no dearth of opportunity. You as a teachers of economics, again, I can tell you, from deep seabed to outer space, you name any area, I can give with statistics. Because I am a law professor, whatever I spoke, whatever I am speaking, you can cross check with Google. When I say opportunities, deep seabed, you all know that. Globe is covered with, water, 71% of water, not near water. It gives you abundant resources, living, non-living. And I can tell you, there is a one document called Maritime India Vision Document 2030 released by Prime Minister in December 23. That document says that up to 30, India is going to have a 3 lakh crore investments in only maritime sector through public-private partnership and 20 lakhs jobs. One sector gives 20 lakhs jobs. I can go on the kind of developments which are happening in the aviation space. Today, new airports, airlines are coming. But only thing is education system. Is that education system is going to cater these growing demands. That is what we as a teachers have to discuss. Okay, that's why my appeal to you all, definitely don't worry about infrastructure. Whether we are we all studied. I am from a rural background. Okay, so all Telugu medium evening colleges. Don't worry about the infrastructure. I only happy if you can pull 100 days and pull people, whether we are sitting on the sun or that's why we should not worry about that infrastructure, all beautiful things. I want you to give good content, you to give good education. That is what I so I don't want take already my time is then I have to go to so many other busy meetings, but because of love, affection with you all have. That's why I took it, time. But my already phone calls are coming. So my message is no worry, no dearth of opportunities. Opportunities are there. Are we ready to grab the opportunity? That is the question we all have to pose, and I can tell you. And last, why I am worried about last 1 hour. You know what I believe and follow. Ratan Tata quotation. Wherever I go, students or teachers or everybody, what is that? Life discipline is important. Time is also important. That's why I want to end my, message saying that Ratan Tata, what he says? Single minute won't change in your life, but utilization of every minute definitely change your life. Please keep this in mind. Work hard. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'll take you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. ఇప్పుడు రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ కార్యక్రమం సాగుతుంది. నిజంగా సార్ చెప్పారు, మేము ఆఫీస్ పోయినప్పుడు సార్ మమ్మల్ని ఎంతో ఆప్యాయంగా పలకరించి మీ కాలేజీలో ఇంతవరకు ఫండింగ్ ఇవ్వలేదు, నేను ఇస్తాను అని మన వైస్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ మన వైస్ సార్ మాతో ఆప్యాయంగా మాట్లాడి నేను ఈ ఫండింగ్ ఇస్తాను, యాక్చువల్గా 2-3 రోజులు మనకు లెటర్ కూడా రాబోతుంది, వారికి ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను మన కాలేజ్ తరఫున. సార్ ఒక 18 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి ఈ కాలేజీలో ఎలాంటి ఈవెంట్ జరుగుతుంది. ఫస్ట్ ఈవెంట్ ఇన్ ది కాలేజ్ ఇన్ ది నేషనల్ సెమినార్ ఎట్ జిడిసి ఇబ్రహీంపట్నం. తప్పకుండా సార్ మీ సహకారం ఉంటే ఎప్పుడు కూడా సార్ యాక్చువల్గా ఈరోజు బిజీ షెడ్యూల్ ఉన్నా కానీ టైంకి వచ్చాడు, మేమే కొంచెం లేట్ చేశాం సార్, మమ్మల్ని మన్నించండి. ఎందుకంటే మీ వాల్యుబుల్ టైం నాకు తెలుసు, ప్రతి నిమిషం, ఎందుకంటే సీఎం గారి ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ఇప్పుడు ఐసెట్ కు అవి ఉన్నవి కాబట్టి ఆ కన్వీనర్తో మీటింగ్ కూడా లేట్ చేసుకొని సారు ఒక గ్రామీణ ప్రాంత కాలేజీకి వెళ్ళాలని మాకు వచ్చినందుకు మీకు ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాం సార్. మా కాలేజీ ఎప్పుడు కూడా మీకు రుణపడి ఉంటుంది సార్. మీరు మా కాలేజీ పట్ల త్వరలో మేము ఈ పేద ప్రజల కోసం ఒక కాంపిటేటివ్ సెల్ అనేది పెట్టబోతున్నాం సార్. మీరు ఫండింగ్ ఇచ్చినట్లయితే ఇక్కడ గ్రూప్ 2, గ్రూప్ 1 ఎస్ఐ కానిస్టేబుల్ కి మేము మా ఫ్యాకల్టీతో చెప్పించి కొంత రెమ్యునరేషన్ ఇచ్చి ఇక్కడ ప్రాంత అభివృద్ధి కోసం పాటుపడతాం సార్. మీరు మాకు తప్పకుండా సహకారం చేస్తారని కోరుకుంటున్నాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
నమస్తే.
ఇక్కడ అప్పట్లో ఉన్నాడు అప్పట్లో ఉన్నాడు ఆర్సీఓ క్లాస్ అలాగే అందరూ వస్తారంట చూసాక వచ్చేసిన పెట్టాడు మేడం మా సార్ మేడం
వస్తుందా I request the convener of two-day national seminar, S. Ramesh sir, Associate Professor of Economics, to speak about the seminar. I request all the participants to take their seats. My humble request to all the participants, please take your chairs. And I pass over the mic to the convener of the seminar, S. Ramesh Garu.
Thank you, madam. Good morning to one and all. Today, I feel honored to speak on a topic that captures that vision, ambition, and future of the nation. This seminar, conducted by Department of Economics, well, it is organized by Department of Economics to give a chance our dynamic principal, Professor Radhika madam. Thanks for giving up. Hello. Hello. The Digital India Initiative launched in 2015, aimed to transformation of India as to delightfully empower societies of knowledge economy. What began as an effort to improve internet connectivity and digitalize the government services, it is a Digital India is most merely about the technology. It is about the industrial efficiency, transparency, and empowerment. The Digital India has also transformed the Indian economy. The rise of the digital payments, though UPI, BEAM, and other fintech innovations has created a cashless, transparent the payment of the digital transactions, empowering even small vendors and rural entrepreneurship to participate in the formal economy. The digital financial inclusion fields entrepreneurship, boost productivity, and accelerates economic growth. The Vikasit Bharat at the rate 2047, the vision, another critical area of the Digital India plays a transformative role in the education. Online platforms such as Diksha, Swayam, and National Digital Library and eVidya have democratized access to quality education. Students from remote villages now have across the same learning resources as the urban centers. Digital classrooms, online certificates, and skill development platforms are preparing India's youth for the jobs of the future. A skilled knowledge in the survey of population, the greatest assets for the building a developed India. Healthcare is another sector witnessing a digital revolution. Initiatives like Ayushman Bharat, Digital Mission, E-Sanjeevani, and the digital health records are improving access to healthcare services, especially in rural and undeserved regions. The reduce the cost and save lives. A healthy population supported by digital healthcare system in fundamental of national development. Digital India also plays a crucial role in the empowering rural India and budgeting the urban and in the seminar, the 200 abstracts are there. The editorial board is the 12 members accepted 180 papers abstracts are accepted. In the seminar, IJRAR, Indian Journal of Research and reviews this seminar focusing the Vikasit Bharat is main. 153 articles are published in 4 volumes. The first volume, 40 articles are there. The second volume, 40 articles are there. And third volume, 40 articles. Now it is a distribution, the 120 articles ready for the distributing in the registration counter. And the remaining papers, after completion of the seminar, the Higher Education Council released that fourth book. ఈ సెమినార్ కి నాకు ఎక్కువగా డైరెక్షన్ మొట్టమొదటిసారిగా ఇచ్చింది డాక్టర్ డి ఆదప్ప గారు. వారికి మా కాలేజ్ తరఫున ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాం. తర్వాత ఈ కాలేజీలో నేను ఉన్నానంటూ మా సెమినార్ డైరెక్టర్ గా నాకు వెనక నడిపించిన మా వైస్ ప్రిన్సిపాల్ సురేష్ గారికి, అలాగే ఈ సెమినార్ కి సంబంధించిన మొత్తం కూడా కాన్ఫరెన్స్ లో సంబంధించిన మొత్తం టెక్నికల్ సెషన్స్ అన్ని చూసుకుంటున్న మా అన్న డిఎస్ఎస్ఆర్ కృష్ణన్నకు, మరియు మా కో కన్వీనర్స్ సివి పవన్ కుమార్ గారికి, మరియు టి నీలిమా మేడం కి, మరియు జి రవికుమార్ గారికి ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాం. అలాగే ఎడిటోరియల్ బోర్డ్ లో వీళ్ళతో పాటు డాక్టర్ ఎంఏ మాలిక్, డాక్టర్ కె కృష్ణారెడ్డి, డాక్టర్ డి యాదప్ప, డాక్టర్ ఏ రచన, టి నీలిమా, అండ్ ద రాకేష్ భవానీ, అండ్ సివి పవన్ కుమార్, అండ్ ద commerce lecturer Suresh sir is there in the 12 members of the, and ఈ టెక్నికల్ సెక్షన్ సంబంధించిన మొత్తం కూడా సపోర్టింగ్ ఇస్తూ నాకు వీడియో కవర్ అన్ని పెట్టిన మా అన్న మున్సావన్న కూడా నేను ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాం. అదేవిధంగా వివిధ కళాశాల నుండి మా కళాశాలకి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఎంతో ఆప్యాయంగా పలకరించిన రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ కమిటీకి, మరియు మా కాలేజీలో 20 మంది ఉంటే 16 మంది లెక్చరర్స్ ఈ సెమినార్ లో ఆర్టికల్స్ పబ్లిష్ అని వారికి కూడా మా సెమినార్ తరఫున ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. అదేవిధంగా వివిధ కాలేజీల నుంచి వచ్చిన మీ అందరికి కూడా నేను ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే ఎంతో దూరం నుంచి ఈ కళాశాలలో కొన్ని వసతులు లేకపోయినా కొన్ని మేము కల్పించి మేము చేయడం జరిగింది. మీ యొక్క అదేవిధంగా ఈ బుక్ రావడానికి నేను ఒక దాదాపు ఒక 10 days నైట్ నిద్రపోలేదు. ఒక 2 నైట్లు మాత్రం మా బాబు విశ్వతేజ, మా మిసెస్ సరస్వతి ఇద్దరు కూడా రోజు బుక్స్ మేము అరేంజ్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు నైట్ ఒకసారి 11, 12 అట్లా అయ్యేది. ఎందుకంటే నాకు సురేష్ అన్న ఎందుకన్నా కష్టపడతావు, బుక్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్, జస్ట్ మనం ఏదో చేద్దామంటే లేదన్నా మనం వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకి బుక్ ఇవ్వాలి, సర్టిఫికెట్ అన్ని ఇవ్వాలి, వాళ్ళే అప్పుడు సంతోషపడతారని ఈ 4 రోజుల కార్యక్రమంలో నాకు సహకరించిన మా మిసెస్ సరస్వతికి, మా బాబు విశ్వతేజకుని కూడా నేను ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నా. అదేవిధంగా వివిధ కళాశాల నుంచి రిసోర్స్ పర్సన్ గా వచ్చేసిన రుక్మి మేడం కి, మరియు బళ్ళారి నుంచి వచ్చిన శోభారాణి మేడం కి, ఇంకా అదేవిధంగా వివిధ కాలేజీ నుంచి వచ్చిన మన రవీందర్ రెడ్డి అన్నకు, రవి పరంగనకు, మరియు గోపాల్ గారికి, మరియు ఒక టెక్నికల్ సెషన్ లో ఉన్న కృష్ణవేణి మేడం కు, మరియు నేను ఇంకా నా స్టూడెంట్ కూడా ప్రవళిక మల్కాజ్గిరిలో ఎంఏ ఎకనామిక్స్ అయిపోయింది, ఆమె కూడా ఒక ఆర్టికల్ ఇందులో పబ్లిష్ అయింది. ఆమె కూడా మరి వివిధ సోషల్ వెల్ఫేర్ నుంచి వచ్చిన మిగతా అందరు కూడా, రాత్రి ఒక డెలిగేట్ నాకు కర్నూలు నుంచి వచ్చాడు. సార్ నేను అప్పుడు కరెక్ట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్ 11 అయింది. సార్ నేను వచ్చాను, ఏం చేయాలి సార్ ఇట్లా అంటే, నేను అతన్ని తారనాకపోయి నేను 11కి వచ్చి తీసుకపోయి నేను మా ఇంట్లో పెట్టుకొని పొద్దున ఇక్కడ తీసుకురావటం. దిస్ ఇస్ ద రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ దిస్ సెమినార్. నేను ఈ సెమినార్ లో నాకు దాదాపు 180 మంది రోజుకు ఒక 10 సార్లు చేసుకుంటారు, ఓడీల కోసం కావచ్చు. ఇక ఆ విషయం నాకు మన కరీముల్ అన్నకి తెలుసు, నాగోజన్నకి అన్న ఓడి ఏమైంది రోజు, అదే మన శ్యామ్ గంటన్నకు, ప్రతి వాళ్ళకు కూడా నాకు ఇంత సపోర్ట్ ఇచ్చిన మీ అందరికి కూడా ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ, నేను అడగగానే చెవేల అధ్యక్ష ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి ఇంకొక కాసేపట్లో డాన్స్ ఉంటుంది, వారికి కూడా ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ, ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని ఇంత విజయవంతంగా నడిపించడంలో ఒక డైనమిక్ గా ఉపయోగించుకుంటూ అందరినీ కోఆర్డినేట్ చేస్తూ మా అందరినీ ఒక పెద్ద తరహాలో నడిపిస్తూ మమ్మల్ని అందరినీ ముందు నడిపిస్తున్న మా డైనమిక్ ప్రిన్సిపాల్ ప్రొఫెసర్ రాధికా మేడం గారికి నేను ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే చాలా మంది సెమినార్ అటెండ్ చేస్తాం, అక్కడ ఏమి లేదు, వసతులు లేవంటే నిన్న 7 గంటల సేపు కూడా మనకు జేసీబీ వాళ్ళు ఇక్కడ వర్క్ చేశారు. అదేవిధంగా ఫుడ్ కమిటీలో మా వాళ్ళు మీకు కావాల్సిన అన్ని ఐటమ్స్ కూడా పెట్టడానికి మన శంకరన్న, ధనరాజ్ అన్న అందరూ కూడా ఈ సెమినార్లు అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మీ భోజనాల కోసం రెడీ చేస్తున్నారు. మీ అందరూ కూడా మా ఆతిథ్యం స్వీకరించి ఈ సెమినార్ అయ్యేంత వరకు కూడా ఉండవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాం. ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి ఇచ్చేసిన మీ అందరికి కూడా ఇది ఒక సెమినార్ కన్వీనర్ గా నేను ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ ముగిస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ. డాక్టర్ ఉల్సా గారు రావాలి ఇక్కడికి పైకి.
Thank you, sir, for briefing us about the seminar. Now I request our Vice Principal, sir, to address the gathering.
సభా సరస్వతికి నమస్కారం. ఈరోజు ప్రభుత్వ డిగ్రీ కళాశాల ఇబ్రహీంపట్నం అర్థశాస్త్ర విభాగంలో భారత్ 2047 వికసిత్ భారత్ 2047 డిజిటల్ ఇండియా పరివర్తన మరియు సాధికారత వైపు ఒక చరువు అనే అంశం పైన జరుగుతున్న 2 రోజుల జాతీయ సదస్సుకు అందరికీ స్వాగతం. నిజంగా ఇంతకుముందు రమేష్ అన్న చెప్పినట్టుగా దాదాపు 3 నెలల నుంచి అన్న కష్టపడుతున్నాడు. ఆయన కష్టపడమే కాదు మమ్మల్ని అందరినీ కూడా కష్టపెడుతున్నాడు. కాలేజీలందరినీ నిద్రపోనివాడు, తిననివాడు, నిద్రపోనివాడు. 10 నిమిషం మొత్తం మీద ఇంత గ్రాండ్ గా సక్సెస్ చేసినటువంటి అన్నకు అభినందనలు తెలియజేస్తూ, నిజంగానే ఇంతకుముందు మరి అతిథులు చెప్పినట్లుగా ఈ 2 రోజుల జాతీయ సదస్సు ఒక సాధికారికమైనటువంటి చర్చ, లేకపోతే దాని అవుట్కమ్ తో మరి దేశాభివృద్ధిలో విద్యావంతుల యొక్క కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఏ విధంగా ఉంటుందో దాని విషయంపై చర్చించి మరి గొప్ప ఆల్రెడీ చాలా మంది ప్రొసీడింగ్స్ ద్వారా అనేక విషయాలు వచ్చినాయండి. మరి మీ అందరికి కూడా అభినందనలు తెలియజేస్తూ, మీ అందరూ కూడా వచ్చిన వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ, నిజంగా ఈ 2 రోజుల సదస్సు రాష్ట్రాభివృద్ధిలో, దేశాభివృద్ధిలో కీలక పాత్ర వహించి విద్యారంగంలో గొప్ప మార్పు తీసుకురావడానికి దోహదం చేస్తుందని ఈ సందర్భంగా శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియజేస్తూ ముగిస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you, Vice Principal Suresh Sir. Now I request Sri PSSR Krishna, Coordinator MAC, Lecturer in English, GDC Ibrahimpatnam, to address the gathering.
Honorable Chairperson of today's inaugural session, Professor S. Radhika Madam, Keynote Speaker Malay Sir, Professor Malay Garu, IKC Coordinator Suresh Anna, Vice Principal of the college, Dr. K. Suresh, delegates from different colleges who have attended this seminar, students from different colleges. There are students from other colleges also who are here, and it's a very nice gesture. Students of my college and all the other participants of this seminar, a very good morning to all of you. And it's a wonderful event that is taking place. As Ramesh sir has already said, that it's a program that is being organized in this 17 years of history. This is the first program being conducted in the campus of Government Degree College, Ibrahimpatnam. Previously, it was conducted in Arts College. Department of Hindi has conducted the national seminar in Hindi at Arts College, Upman University Arts College. But we have been advised by several people, funding agencies, that the seminar will be in limelight if you try to organize it in your own campus. No matter what the deficiencies are and infrastructural capabilities are lesser, you better conduct it in your own college. And so we have taken up this responsibility and taken up this task of conducting it as a challenge, and we have organized this. We are pretty sure that there are so many lacunas and there are so many areas which are to be still developed in the college. As our Madam Principal has suggested, we are moving into our new premises very soon. And so there it will be possible for us to organize the programs in a better way. But as of now, whatever best we can be able to do, we are trying to organize those things. Please accept whatever are the deficiencies that are there in this college and accept our hospitality, and please give your positive feedback to the college so that the college will gain the limelight, and there is a profound influence from the other stakeholders also on the college. This is something like an attempt that we are making to project the college in the views of all the officials and even the other citizens of this Ibrahimpatnam region. So I hope this program will be a grand success. It will not only give a positive view of the Viksit Bharat as Professor Balakrishna Reddy was citing. Viksit Bharat has its own critical aspects also to be discussed. And so we will be discussing all those things, all those critical and positive aspects related to Viksit Bharat. And let us hope for some fruitful engagement discussions in our deliberations, and fruitful results will come upon. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to act as the organizing secretary of the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request N. Suresh, sir, coordinator, IQAC, Government Degree College, Ibrahimpatnam, to address the gathering.
So once again, a very good morning to the dignitaries on and off the dais and friends. Honestly, I am not competent to endorse anything on the theme of the seminar in front of the nesters like Professor Malaya sir, who has come all the way from Central University to address all of us. So I don't want to exhibit my half knowledge in front of you all by illustrating something that is relevant to the topic of the seminar. But as an IQAC coordinator, I'm very selfish. Honestly, IQAC coordinators must be selfish enough to glean the inputs and information from all the activities of the college. So am I. So by happenstance, I was an editorial board member, one of the 12 editorial board members constituted by Ramesh sir, the organizer of this seminar. So I had a chance to go through the papers published by you, and very meticulously chalked out papers I have seen, and virtually you have touched all the 4 pillars of Viksit Bharat, that is youth, women, farmers, and the poor. But the question is, how to knit all these 4 into one doctrine, that is Viksit Bharat, is still dubious to be answered. I'm sure that the papers and the discourses to follow in the technical sessions of its inaugural session will definitely give some light on this. Feel free at this college to express your opinion, come what may. It might be a good paper or bad paper. All that we want is to conglomerate your opinions in the proceedings. That's what we brought out through our proceedings already. But you express your opinions freely so that we can endorse the same to policymakers. They may reckon it or may not reckon it, but as teachers and as stakeholders of this team, we are very much entitled to endorse our opinions. So please make maximum use of the technical sessions. We have ample time in all the technical sessions. So freely express your opinions. So wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite the keynote speaker of today's session, inaugural session for a 2-day national seminar organized by Department of Economics, Professor L.C. Malayagaru, School of Economics, University of Hyderabad, to present his keynote address on this occasion. Thank you. Let me introduce briefly about Professor L.C. Malayagaru before he addresses you, the gathering. L.C. Malayagaru is a professor, School of Economics, University of Hyderabad. Sir has many list of educational qualifications for his credit. His MPhil in Industrial Economics.
Thank you, Madam, for your intensive brief introduction. A respected principal of this college, Radhika Madam, and the convener of this conference, my friend Dr. Ramesh, and then faculty of this college, and dignitaries, delegates from different colleges of Telangana state, from other states also. Frequently, I am hearing some names from the degree colleges. I will explain why I am hearing these names. Because there is some speciality in the names. For example, Adappa. I have been hearing his name working in the degree colleges in economics. And Muniswamy, Ramesh, and then Malik, and some frequently I am hearing these names. And why I am hearing these names? Because of their effort and work nature and that enthusiasm they have to do something in the colleges. And I observed them. They are the potential lecturers, potential faculty members to work in not only in the colleges, they deserve to be in the universities. Because their effort, their hard working, the teacher, teaching and research, administration. Recently, I came to that Dr. Muniswamy became the controller of exam of that college. And not only teaching, but also administration and research and all curricular activities and helping the students. So these faculty members are pillars for development of the colleges. Their contribution, their work, the college growth and image and brand of the college will speak. And wherever they go, and of course, not only these people, there are some faculty members seriously working for the development of the colleges and working for betterment of the students. But in this context, wherever the conferences being organized, they are selecting very important key and potential topics and current burning topics. I was very happy that even though colleges are conducting these type of conferences, to make them awareness and assertiveness and make the students updating about what are the development going in society, not only in Telangana, but also other part of the country and also other countries also. So because that's why this topic, today topic is very important topic. And digitalization. But digitalization, if you see, and apply to the digitalization of different sectors. For example, agriculture sector, industrial sector, service sector, women empowerment, health sector, educational sector. In all these sectors, if you see, and this overall, as Professor Balakrishna Reddy said, after globalization, the doors are open for all the development, not only technology, but also development of the commerce, economics, all this totally digitalized. So in this context, here I want to remind you that since the Ibrahim Patnam says so-called that rural area, but here when you talk about the digitalization, we can remember that two things. One urban Viksit Bharat and rural Viksit Bharat. Urban Viksit Bharat, that you know that. So why? Because in the urban, nearly 72% of the people have the internet connection or mobile, they are using, they are living in the digital gadgets. Whereas in a rural area, still only 37% people are having this connectivity. Whatever may be that, it may be the, but overall, if you see that 870 million people are connected to the internet or digital, whatever the things. But when it comes to the urban and rural, that the digital division is very clearly visible. So what type of digital in a rural area, that is major concern for the policymakers. Where if they learn, they realize the importance of digitalization, then we can talk about the Viksit Bharat. Till then we can talk about the rural Viksit Bharat, urban Viksit Bharat. When these two are come together, then we can talk about the Viksit Bharat. I hope that this may be realized in very near, maybe 2047. By that, we will achieve this gap will be minimized. That gap, when the gap is minimized, then all the people will have. But now, when you talk about the digitalization, if you see the first of all, you see the agriculture. How this digitalization is helping to the agriculture. In agriculture nowadays, you see that particularly marketing, and also the farmers are using the all the digits which are helping for cultivation, pesticides, farming, every information, weather report. They are getting all the information to take the decision. That's why the digital gadgets are being used. There are so many apps because Kisan app, there are so many apps they're being used by farmers. And ENAM is being used by farmers for selling their products in the market. It is an interconnected. That's why the governments, all state and central governments, are focused on development of ENAM. Then only this ENAM and digitalize the markets will give them only the transparency in the all transactions. That is only because of this digitalization transactions. So far, the government has saved 1.7 crores of the rupees. As a that's these we can say that saving. Today, that means now the digitalization to block the leakages in the transaction of the markets. That's why now how the digitalization is going to help farmers as well as the government. The main focus of the digitalization, why this this project was initiated in 2015. Till since then, it has been implemented to several parts, and now we are growing very faster way. And government is focusing on digitalization, and with the three major
मैडम किसको बोले थे?
बेबी बोला है।
क्या बोले हम लोग कुछ बेबी का नंबर नहीं बेबी कैसे कर दूँ अभी हम क्लास में आके बोले लेके जा रहे हैं डिपार्टमेंट की तरफ से ऑप्शन चलिए ना बोले थोड़ी देर में बेबी वाली के साथ बेबी वाली बोले नहीं मैम तो मैं नहीं मालूम बोले मैं बेबी का नंबर है बेबी को बुलाए तो एक नो ऑब्जेक्शन सर्टिफिकेट लेना है बच्चों को देना है देके फिर कल आना है आज पूरा लिस्ट होना है कितने लोग आ रहे कितने लोग नहीं आ रहे पैसों के साथ कल सुबह तक तो पैसे दे देना तुम लोग कितने लोग मैं जुएरिया लिमिटेड तो पक्का है और जो है ना खुला बोले पे 1 बजे तक अमाउंट देती कौन कौन पीछे की लास्ट बेंच में आ रहे हो तो हाँ बोले ला एक बार फिर से कंफर्मेशन ठीक है वो लिस्ट तो कर लो तुम पहले हाँ पूरा पक्का लिस्ट पैसों के साथ कर लो एंड फाइनल ईयर से आए तो भी पूछो कोई याद है क्या जल्दी आपको लिस्ट होना नहीं तो वेस्ट है कितने लोग नहीं है रूम में पहले ईयर वाले नखरे करेंगे मुझे नखरे पैसे ज्यादा हाँ भाई कार्य तुम्हारे पैसे कितना गुस्सा है ज्यादा नखरे कर रही भाई तो पैसे किसके हैं मैडम इधर आपके दूसरा लाइट है एक ही लाइट है यार मेरे किसके लिए इससे मैं कहीं सर्टिफिकेट मिला दे रही सारी पूरा वो डेस्कटॉप के ऊपर भी पूरा मिला दे अलग अलग फोल्डर्स लगा बोले तो इधर भी पूरा मिला दे रही है सब क्या है मेरे इसमें लगा दे ये क्या फॉर्म से मैं देखो